The Virginia Tech massacre is back under the microscope in an explosive new book coming out next month. It was written by a man who lost a loved one in Virginia's first mass school shooting, and he says he knows all too well the consequences of a broken mental health system. He sat down with 12 on Your Side investigator Rachel DePompa.
In the dusty coal town of Grundy, Virginia, the Appalachian School of Law became a gruesome crime scene. 6 people shot by a mentally ill former student, Peter Odighizuwa. He killed 3 people, a dean, a professor, and student Angela Dales.
She was bleeding profusely.
David Cairns was sitting in this room in his Kilmarnock home 12 years ago when he got that dreaded call.
They told us.
The mother of his grandchild was gone.
I thought I knew what it felt like, but you really don't until it is your family.
That moment sparked a 12-year journey for Cairns to discover why this country is seeing so many mass shootings.
There's a very good chance most of these shootings could be prevented. There's no doubt in my mind, because the warning signs are there.
He knows better than most the pain and helplessness of Virginia Tech, Aurora, Colorado, and Sandy Hook.
It's very good people making very poor decisions, and the decisions not to do something about a very clear warning that violence is about to occur.
He says there are obvious patterns with the mentally ill shooters. The warning signs at Grundy were clear and missed.
Peter Odighizuwa was known to be violent. He had created incidents in classrooms. He had gone to the Grundy police several times saying that his house was bugged and that they were harassing him, and he was a time bomb waiting to go off. All of the signs were there, and nobody did anything.
Cairns was sitting in this same room 5 years later when another time bomb went off. Sung-Wi Cho at Virginia Tech.
And the tragedy at Virginia Tech was inevitable because of the incompetence and ignorance and inaction on the part of school officials, mental health officials, and law enforcement officials. And I do think it needs to be exposed.
Cairns spent 31 years with the CIA. He turned his analytical mind to research and spent 3.5 years looking into the tragedy at Tech. His book is called Virginia Tech, Make Sure It Doesn't Get Out.
In one chapter, I draw the parallels of before, during, and after between Columbine, the Appalachian School of Law, and Virginia Tech. The parallels are there, and no one is paying any attention to them.
The state Supreme Court recently overturned a jury verdict in a wrongful death suit against the school. The justices wrote there was no duty for the Commonwealth to warn students about potential criminal acts. Cairns puts much of the blame for mass shootings on the mental health system in Virginia.
As of right now, we spend less in Virginia on mental health than we did on April 16, 2007. The politicians are able to use the most vulnerable section of society to cut budgets, and they pay little cost.
Virginia, with State Senator Creigh Deeds leading the charge, is pushing to add more money into mental health care, an effort Cairns is watching closely. 11 Virginia Tech families helped him with the book. They shared their experiences from the shooting and its aftermath. In it, he questions the integrity of the taxpayer-funded state report on Virginia Tech, detailing what happened and what went wrong.
The one thing, Rachel, that the families need more than anything else, and I can speak from personal experience, the families need the truth. The truth is absolutely central to healing, yet the truth is the thing that we never get.
We reached out to Virginia Tech for comment. The university is aware of the upcoming book, but a spokesperson told me because they haven't read it, it would be impossible for the school to issue a comment at this time. For the On Your Side investigators, I'm Rachel DePompa.